Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rees Kitchen. Today we're making one of my weeknight go-to meals, and that being chili coconut prawns. There's not too many ingredients and it is so delicious and fast. Let's get into it, shall we? So first up I have some raw prawn cutlets, garlic, ginger, turmeric and cumin, vegetable oil, brown sugar, coconut cream, limes, chilli and lemongrass and some coriander. So because this is such a fast recipe, don't forget to put your rice cooker on early to have your lovely fluffy white rice to serve with the dish. But let's talk about the prawns. I've been pretty lucky and my fishmonger has already prepped these for me. So this is a prawn cutlet, so it's got the tail left on and otherwise it's been peeled and deveined. If you need to buy them whole in the shell and you're not sure how to devein, check out my blog for some tips on how to do it, but it really is much easier to buy them already done like this. So let's start with our marinade and we'll just pop our easy ingredients in. And just give that a little bit of a stir. So I've chopped up my chilies quite fine and I've left the seeds in because I want a little bit of zing. I've done the same with my garlic, again quite fine. And I've also juiced the lime juice, or the lime. Now we'll just mix that all through. So now for our ginger. Oh, it just smells so good. All right. So I'm just going to peel it. I mean, this is almost young enough to have just peeled it with a teaspoon. So now I want to cut the ginger into fine matchsticks. So that means I need to cut some really fine slices. And so now we turn each of those into matchsticks. Now I never put more than 2 thin slices together at once as I go through, and just because otherwise it can slip, but you might want to do them one at a time. So now we're just going to add our matchsticks in. So now for the lemongrass. Gosh, I love this. So what we're going to do to prep it is I'm going to cut off the hard root end really fine. I'm going to take off the outer leaves and then I'm going to bruise the bulb before I start to cut it. So first off, just cut off that hard bit that we don't want and take off these hard outer leaves. So now I want to bruise the bulb of my lemongrass and I'm just going to bang it against my bench a couple of times. You can see it just breaks it up a little. And now we're just going to chop it up nice and fine. Gosh, my kitchen smells divine and I haven't really started to cook yet. So adding in that lemongrass and stirring that through. So the last thing to add to our marinade is some chopped coriander. Doesn't that colour just look fantastic? So I'm going to take out about half of our marinade and pop it into a saucepan because it's going to form part of our sauce along with the coconut. So about half. And now I'm just going to add my prawns in. And I want to make sure they're well and truly coated in that lovely yellow liquid. And I'm going to cover them and pop them in the fridge for half an hour just to let those flavours develop together. So we're in the final stretch. So I'm going to put my griddle pan on a medium height. I just want to get it nice and warm. And I'm going to add our coconut cream into the pot with the reserved marinade. Now the trick when we put this on the gas is just to bring it to a fine simmer or a low simmer, because if you boil the coconut cream it will split and we don't want to do that. And now for the prawns. They're only going to take 2 or 3 minutes on each side. So now that my pan's quite hot, and so now we turn these over. It's such a pity that you guys are not in my kitchen because the aroma coming off this pan is just amazing. So they're done, turn them off, and we're ready to serve. Can't wait. So for all the details of today's recipe, don't forget to check out my blog at the link below. But as always, the best bit's in the eating. The balance between the acidity and the sweetness and that little tingle on your tongue from the chilli, this is just perfect. I hope your family love this as much as mine does. Until next time everybody, ciao.